Good evening, welcome. A victory for Sergio Haino here on stage 3 of the Volta Algarve. A pretty tough finish. Today was the day. He's taken over the lead for Sky with 1 day left to go. Against the clock and against Tony Martin here on the Volta Algarve. So many people coming here just for pleasure now to ride their bikes. This race, the Tour of the Algarve, has been going since 1960. And last year was Richie Porte from Sky who took the overall victory and really opened up what were the floodgates for Sky victories. Will it be another victory for Team Sky this year? Because Sergio Haino takes the victory. We'll be recapping all the action in just a second. This was the start today. And Sky had been planning this because the big mountain finish was not going to suit this man here, Theo Bos.
To be honest, it will be difficult. So today I'm going to enjoy the jersey, and probably tomorrow I won't have it anymore. Yeah, cycling is all about a lot about aerodynamics, and this helmet is a bit more aerodynamic than the casual helmet with the holes. So yeah, you try to improve everywhere you can. You train hard, you eat well, and also these little things can help to improve your performance. So that's why I wear it.
Just a brief explanation of the closed vent helmet.
Yeah, I think
from
we're really excited for
Danny
today
Pate.
because we have a couple of guys that can do really well today, hopefully win, Rigo and Sergio, and we're trying to set them up today, and you know, I think that's our main goal for the race, so today's the day, so it's a big day for us.
Big day indeed for Sky. The Portuguese will be trying to make their mark as well today. This is Tiago Machado, real veteran of this race.
Já lá fiz 2 vezes segundo, vamos ver se a terceira vez. Já temos aqui 2 vezes segundo também nesta Volta Algarve. Andámos a procurar a vitória, mas temos escapado por pouco. Vamos ver se hoje temos a sorte do nosso lado.
Looking forward to a victory. Let's see if luck is on our side today. Tiago Machado, pretty consistent rider. 156 riders starting today. A nice 18 degrees. With which to welcome the riders. There is Theo Bos in the leader's jersey in the centre. Not a day for him today. Talking to Sepp van Mark next to him. It's just going to be hard work, I'm afraid. And here is the route, and you can see why, because we're heading into the interior of Portugal. The third category climb coming up to 30 kilometres, and then very lumpy for the first 2 sprints. A second category climb, the Alto Malhão, first time around, and then looping back again to go up it at the finish. 193 kilometres of very tough riding today. Here we are. The first climb coming after 30k, then the 2 snack bar Helio sprints, and finally our 2 finishes up the Alto Malhão. Portimão, one of the most important cities in the Algarve, in Portugal, in fact, rolling out today, and it's been great weather all the way through. They must be really pleased with this, especially those riders who are preparing for Paris-Nice. It's always going to be the sort of day where riders try and get away, pushing hard. And already riders trying to establish some sort of breakaway early on. Oh, crash early on. That's Helder Olivier, I think, from the OFM Pintada team. We saw his teammate yesterday, Alejandro Marque, doing quite well there. This is the leader, Theo Bos, saying he's got a technical problem somewhere by the look of it. At front, yeah, front wheel. Tyre going down slowly. Theo Boss, they'll try and keep him up there, but there's no great urgency, is there? Because they know he's not going to be there at the end. It's a finish on the second category, Malhão. This is Wout Pauls. Good climber, Wout Pauls. Never quite got the breaks I think he deserves, to be honest. Could do with making his mark this year. Every year just progressing gently, showing how he can climb well, but he's certainly giving this one a real good go here. This is the Alfarese third category climb. Some riders less than happy. And that is Manuele Barraro wearing the White Mountains classification jersey, who is he's trying his hardest, but still he needs a little bit of help with him. You can see he's managed to get hold of Ahmed Cheruka now. Cheruka already been in a break with him. Day one, I think. And Barraro chasing on after the man up the road, Wout Pauls. Coming across is Alejandro Marque. Saw him yesterday. He's not the smallest of climbers, as we've said, and Wout Pauls, it looks like he's looking over his shoulder just to see if he's going to take him on this line. Pauls gets the points. Marque will be quite happy with that. Here's Barraro. Third over the top. So 1 point to Manuele Barraro of Saxo. There is Ahmed Cheruka. He seems to be relishing his new role at Carual, anyway. Well, the sprint section's coming up next, 2 of them, the special sprints at 78.3 kilometers, and then on at about 91 kilometers. Whoop, Sylvain Chavanel giving it a bit of a push. Well, Chavanel certainly here for preparation for Paris-Nice. He's done so well in the past in Paris-Nice, and I think he'd love to be able to pull it out of the bag for him, but they're driving it on here at the front. Portuguese wanting to push on hard. And frankly, just look at the Omega Pharma Quick-Step team. They're just sitting there, not really worried. I'm interested to see how far up towards the front Tony Martin is, because if he can get over today's stage in fairly good shape, he's clearly the best time trialist in the field, and tomorrow's 34.8 kilometer time trial will suit him down to the ground. So he's got to stay up somewhere close to the front. Can't actually see him in the shot at the moment, but I'm sure he's not that far back. I mean, his climbing ability is not so bad. All pushing for the sprint here. There we go. Thomas de Ghent getting in on the action, trying to make some sort of impression as Hugo Sabido of the La Illuminos team gets dropped off the back. He wanted those points and they've been taken away from him. That's hard lines for Sabido. Well, I've got the wrong name up there. Dries Devenijns takes the points, not Michael Devenijns, Dries Devenijns. They've got him mixed up with Michael Kwiatkowski, I think, on the graphics. He's still up towards the front at the moment. Sabido desperately wanted those points and wasn't going to get it. Now a little breakaway beginning to form. Sylvain Chavanel, a second in line here. This is going to be a strong one. We've got 2 or 3 of the big teams in here now. Chavanel's Omega Pharma team, well, he's not going to do any more work. Looking behind him to see where the rest of the team is. Mainly Tony Martin, I would imagine. Jose Herrera riding through. Looks like Paul Martin's on the in the breakaway here as well. And this is quite a big group of riders as Chavanel tacks on to the back behind Chris Jones, who's already been in one break on day one, not wanting to do anything here. Chavanel clearly testing his legs, working for other riders, but Chavanel looking for form before Paris-Nice, which of course is live here on Eurosport every day. with myself and Sean Kelly. Ricardo Mestre, the Portuguese rider, is there for Jusko Tolescari. And look at this, they've just slowed it up. They've slowed it up. Vacansoleil in the middle of your shot. And Omega Pharma Quickstep on the left-hand side of the shot. They're keeping the lid on the pace because this is a big break with a couple of decent riders in it. Vacansoleil have got 2 riders in this break. Omega Pharma have got 1, and a very strong rider it is. Ooh. Beginning to get dropped off the back here. Bruno Perez. Chavanel driving it along here. Oh no, he's been dropped as well, sorry, off the back.
Algarve, Europe's most famous secret.
Betway has over 500 casino games for your Mac and PC. £10 free when you join. And now play anywhere on your mobile and tablet with Betway.com.
Eurosport Player is the Eurosport multi-screen service. With Eurosport Player, watch British Eurosport and British Eurosport 2 live on computer, smartphone and tablet through a single subscription. Watch your favourite events through the catch-up service. Also enjoy exclusive content through the bonus channels. Watch up to 7 tennis courts simultaneously and follow your favourite players. Eurosport Player. All sports, all emotions.
Welcome back. This is what is left of the breakaway. This is the first time around the second category climb of the Alto Malhão, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 riders only remaining. The man in the back, at the back of the group is Rafael Silva of the Aluminos team. Well, they're going to get back on. Still 60 kilometers to go, far too far to drop them immediately. They still need those extra men, and this is the breakaway. This is the peloton. The Cajarual and Colombia teams trying to bring this one back. There's not many chances for these smaller teams to have a go now. This is the last day. They must know that most of their riders don't have a chance, cat's chance in hell, of winning in the time trial. And the breakaway being brought back very effectively, or pretty much most of the breakaway being brought back very effectively by the smaller teams, Cajarual and Colombia. Well, the big teams will be very pleased about that indeed, not having to do the work. Cajarual have riders like Aramendia. Such a great ride last year in the Volta, I think it was Aramendia, was it not? No, Aramendia was in the Tour de Suisse, if I remember correctly, or Romandy, one of the two. Had a great win. So, I mean, they've got good climbers. Chahuk has been out on the break today, so he's hardly likely to do a huge amount towards the end. Colombia, well, interestingly, not as many massively good climbers as you would historically have with the Colombians. This is Omega Pharma Quickstep again driving this on now. Yeah, to think that they are working for a rider like Martin. He is the overall leader. There are good climbers, or reasonable climbers, in the Omega Pharma Quick Step squad. Oh, who's going to test a few legs? This is going to test a few legs. Look at Martin at the front here. Quite happy to push the pedals hard. He is such a great all-round rider. You have to wonder if he could ever be capable of winning not just like a Volta Algarve, but something like a Paris-Nice. Again, you know, pushing on further than he's already done in those races, stacking up a whole load of them. A Dauphiné. Yup. Little bit of a dig for Rui Costa. Costa, a stage winner in the Tour de France. Keeping him in check at the moment, but Sky much more active than they have been so far in this race, as are Movistar. They really want to take the fight to Sky. As I said yesterday, the appliance of science, as they once said in the adverts. Trying to look at all the way that Sky are producing riders. And Rui Costa has company now, but they're beginning to put a little bit of daylight between themselves and the front of the peloton. Sergio Reino and Rigoberto Urán are the men that they really want to push on Sky at the moment. And look at the way the climbing is being done here. That's class. Oh, Rui Costa's going to be in a bit of trouble here in a minute. And one of the Radio Shacks coming across as well. Costa pushing on a little harder while he can. Sergio Reino, that's a compact rider that he is. I remember having a conversation with David Brailsford 3 years ago about Sergio Reino. I said, we found this guy in Colombia that we're going to bring over. Nobody's ever heard of him, and he's absolutely fantastic, and he has proved to be so. Just to establish a little bit of order here at the front. And Rui Costa will definitely want to do something here. Portuguese rider. The man at the back of this triplet is the man we saw at the top of our show, Diego Machado, and Sergio Reino is beginning to cause a real gap here. I'm liking the forks on these bikes now with the little dual colours. Very nice too. Reino looks over his shoulders, looks untroubled at the moment. He's a very powerful climber, as well as he's a good classics man. I think he's going to do very well in Flèche Wallonne and Liège and so on during this year, and he's really put the hurt on these riders. He's just riding away from them. Rui Costa is trying his absolute damnedest to get back in it, but he's out of the saddle trying to sprint, and Sergio Reino's got a very good gap. Machado gone out of the picture. He's trying as hard as he can, but even so, here's Rigoberto Urán, number 18, that you can see in their teammate. And Josh Edmondson, young Josh Edmondson, is in this climbing group here. This is the second group on the road. Number 12, you can see on his back. He's the second of those Sky riders. Well done, Josh Edmondson, for being in here. He really is a big talent. Jan Bakkelens comes over to the back of that group there. They're getting a massive cheer for Rui Costa. Well, how far back is he now on Sergio Reino? That is the question. He's looking over his shoulder to see where Thiago Machado is, but let's look up the road and see where we can see Sergio Reino. Surely on our shots he can't have caught him because Reino was going like a train. There he is. Oh, Sky having an awesome day. They got Rigoberto Urán in the second group on the road. They're not going to chase these guys down, but Josh Edmondson in there as well. Brilliant stuff by Edmondson. I said in the off-season to Sean Kelly he should have signed Edmondson, and unfortunately Sky got there first. This is going to be a fantastic victory for Sky. It really is. There goes Edmondson around the outside of Rigoberto Urán. He's chasing on after the other riders. What a mature ride by the young Yorkshireman. The Yorkshireman has put all his weight behind the Tour coming to Yorkshire in 2014. He's really pleased about it. I'm not surprised. Rigoberto Urán now getting up to his wheel again, but good fighting by the youngster. Urán goes across. There's Andres Kloden there as well, the veteran German rider. Here goes Rigoberto Urán. Is he going to try and get extra placings for Sky as Thiago Machado looks over his shoulder? He's been taken out of the equation a long time ago. The Colombian Sergio Reino looks over his shoulder. It's a long way to the line. Even when there's boards on the right-hand side of the road, say 500 meters, 300, 200, it's a long way. Super solo victory for Team Sky and Sergio Reino. Brilliant. Really good stuff. Oh. That's a lock up with 50 meters to go as he's gone the wrong way and still had enough in hand to get out. Oh, great victory by Reino. Rui Costa, second. There's Rigoberto Urán coming over the line as well. And there's Edmondson, seventh, I think. Menchoff just behind him. Liwe Westra was the man third. Well, he didn't see him on the radar. He's looking good for Paris-Nice as well then again this year. But Sergio Reino, magnificent victory for the young Colombian.
Cuando ya faltaban 300 metros que ya llevaba una ventaja ya sentía pues que
300 meters to go. I thought I'd win. Last year I was 10 meters from winning, but this time I had enough.
O esta carrera aquí, bueno, me encontraba bien y pude pelear por la victoria y ganar.
¿Qué ha acontecido aquí en los últimos metros?
What happened in the last meters is the question. I think it was a mistake by some of the cars that were there, but I had enough gap.
No se me escapó la victoria.
And I was able to win. Congratulations. This is Manuel Bayaro. He is, still has the King of the Mountains. That's good.
Yes, I'm happy. This is the objective of my team. Today we start very fast in the race. I passed third in the Grand Prix of the Mountain. I think I win. Tomorrow I have a time. Okay, tomorrow I try because it's my specialty.
It is indeed speciality for time trial for Manuel Barra. Sergio Reino, the winner, and takes over the leader's jersey. And she's no slouch against the clock, you know, Sergio Reino as well. That'll be interesting. Sabido hangs on to the sprint's jersey. It's all set up for tomorrow. Who will take victory in the Volta Algarve this year? Will it be a Sky back-to-back? Will Sergio Reino take it? We'll find out tomorrow. Bye for now.